Hello, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This will get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock. With news, Rio Tinto is to face major fraud charges centred around some dodgy market disclosure. But first in the US, the Federal Reserve reported that economic activity grew at a measured pace across the country in September and October, despite sector-wide disruptions caused by recent hurricanes in the southern and eastern states. This beige book release was more positive than many had expected. In Washington, the President is considering his nomination for the Fed chairman position, and a decision is expected within 2 weeks. The candidates and finalists are now Janet Yellen, current Fed Governor Jerome Powell, former Fed Governor Kevin Warsh, White House official and ex-Goldman Sachs boss Gary Cohn, and Stanford University economist John Taylor. None are considered a favourite at this stage. American home building fell to a one-year low in September as those major storms in the south disrupted the construction of single-family houses, suggesting housing probably remained a drag on US economic growth in the third quarter. Still, that data was actually 6.1% higher than for the same month a year ago. Building permits, however, while running at a higher level than housing starts, are actually now 4.3% lower than the same month a year ago. In New York, the SEC has charged Melbourne-based miner Rio Tinto and two of its former top executives with fraud, saying it deliberately withheld disclosure and left inflated the value of coal assets in Mozambique when they knew they were distressed, concealing this while tapping the market for billions of dollars. ASIC is now also looking at the alleged flawed disclosure. Rio Tinto claims innocence. Canadian factory sales jumped in August with a sharp gain. Markets had expected a third straight fall. The positive reversal was based on higher demand for their car industry and higher oil prices. News out of China this week is all caught up in the shameless propaganda going on there. But we should note that the Chinese yield curve suddenly turned negative overnight. Well, at least the 5-10 yield curve did. The OECD today released a report on what younger people can expect from their retirement programs, and the tone was grim. They say younger generations will face greater risks of inequality in old age than current retirees and generations born since the 1960s. Their experience in old age will change dramatically. Moreover, with family sizes falling, higher inequality over working lives, and reforms that have cut pension incomes, some groups will face high risk of poverty. But the outlook for New Zealand presented in the report is far more positive. When New Zealand data is referenced, we seem to exhibit few of the issues the OECD is banging on about. In New York, the US Treasury 10-year yield is rising again, is now at 2.34%. The price of crude oil is marginally firmer today and now just over $52 a barrel, while the Brent benchmark is just over $58. The price of gold is marginally softer and now at $1,283 an ounce. And the Kiwi dollar is also marginally softer at 71.5 US cents. On the cross rates, we're now at 91.1 Aussie cents and 60.6 euro cents. On the TWI, we're at 74.2. I'm David Chaston. That was 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz.